All right. Here we are on Antigua Shipyard. As you were telling me during the break, Kiev, you're saying Jockey always picks Antigua Shipyard. So we'll see what he's got planned here. He is in the top right-hand corner. Spawning is the Red Terran from New Star Hoso. Ladies and gentlemen, Jockey. Facing off against in the bottom left-hand corner. Taking the lead for his team from DTG, Dream Team Gaming, it is GG Andal.
Yeah, and GG Andal played a really good game last time. Especially impressive that he was able to know the exact moments when he was supposed to jump in and pick off that fourth base, when he was supposed to get aggressive, when he was supposed to play defensive. Always had good control of the map and never really let Ellen Key. I was thinking of Marine King's yes.
Yeah,
God, that's been forever. Why did the Ellen Page come to mind? Marine King, man, it's always in my thoughts. Ellen Key wasn't able to get anything done there.
So DTG is leading right now against New Star Hoso, and I'm sure a lot of people out there, are pretty surprised. Dream Team Gaming, not only not one of the most prevalent, but not one of those marketed teams either. But these guys are actually pretty good. Attack 3, they took Vile's place when Vile was absorbed by Quantic, and they actually they took down ATN, which is a very well-known alternate attack, well-known gaming team, European team. And then they did go on to lose to IM, but IM won, and then they lost to EG, who everybody knows is really, really good. So, I mean, them defeating New Star Hoso here is not like a major upset or anything. But, I mean, especially, New Star Hoso off to a rough start. I really hope Jockey can do some things for him here. And this is his map, so.
Yeah, and already we have these SCVs embroiled in struggle with the probes, the workers' combat. I'm sure the, I don't know.
Pitchforks abound.
I was going to start talking about proletariats and such, but...
Can I tell you a T-shirt the other day?
Yeah.
Moving away from that.
Yes. Moving away from Marxist doctrine? Okay.
Well, I know you'd appreciate this, Kevin. I was such on the verge of buying it. It was $35. You know the image? It's like in front of a farmhouse. It's a husband and his wife, and the husband's holding the pitchfork.
Yeah, American Gothic.
Thank you.
Yes,
very
no
much.
problem.
Yeah, they had Star Trooper helmets on. It was the same photo. I was like, oh, Kevin would love this so much.
I've had the
and now
pleasure.
I know that you'd love it because you knew the name of that painting. Is it a painting or a drawing?
Painting.
Okay.
And I have had the pleasure of viewing that in real life.
Yeah?
I am a big art fan, by the way. So not many people know that. So
yeah,
I don't publicize that a lot. If there's anything in this world that I would spend stupid amounts of money on, it would be decorating with well-known art paintings and stuff like that. So if I ever just came into
Kevin, if we both get rich
$1 billion,
and we want to buy each other cool gifts,
yeah.
I like pianos, so we'll trade.
Pianos?
I'll get you lots of art.
Well, of course I like pianos. I played competitive piano for 10 years, so I love that too. I love all things.
You're actually way better than I am, which is kind of like
I don't know
kind
about
of like
that.
saddening.
I don't know about that.
Kevin's like, I like art. Oh, but I'm also way better. Well, he'll never say it, of course, because guys, Cat's pajamas here.
I don't know. You underestimate
all right, guys.
piano ability. Anyway,
so,
yes.
Art and piano and StarCraft. Here we are.
3 Rex follow-up for Jockey, who ends up going into a single gas afterwards. And, okay, double gas coming down just a little bit later. But this is very much his style. I mean, he wants to prioritize upgrades. He wants to get out there and micro his units around. He wants to put on pressure. He's not the kind of player who's going to sit back and while he may go for a third base, usually it's going to be the kind of third base that's like, oh, well, I'm going to get a lot of units out here first, and I'm going to attack and take this behind the attack.
Yeah. You were really highlighting, his micro capabilities, and it comes down to that, where, like, if you have Marines that are, 2-2, they can just do so much more than 0-0 or 1-1 Marines, and, I mean, who needs tech when you have 3-3 Marines, you know? You don't. That's the reality of it. Startail Bomber could tell you that.
We have a Hidden Twilight Council here, and this is an interesting proposition because there's a couple of things that he can do with this. We've seen the last 2 times in IPTL that we've seen Protoss players play against Terran players on this map. They've gone Blink Stalkers. And it's not worked out for them all that well because, especially against someone like Jockey, usually hits him with just a big bio follow-up and is able to defend it pretty easily. In this case, it's going to be a Proxy Dark Shrine. It's been a while since I've seen one of those.
This is so cool. So I would love to see him start researching Blink until it's done. Just in case that scan does go down for Jockey, revealing his base, which, I mean, we are approaching 7 minutes. I mean, you do want to know what your Protoss opponent's up to at this stage. Of course, he has the expansion as well. Engineering Bay is nearing completion here, however, and there's no Robo on the field, Kev. So there's not going to be like a DT drop or anything. No.
Like we said before, though, Jakshi loves to prioritize his upgrades. That is what he does best. And he's got to make sure that the DT push isn't going to kill him. He will have a lot of units up at the front. His factory is just now underway, but he doesn't have any sort of a missile turret overhead to be able to detect these units. He's going to have to rely on scans. Now, his opponent is actually putting up a robotics facility, and scan... No, it looks like that was just what the SCV had gotten in and seen before.
Yeah, it was back with the Cybercore. Robo facility is halfway done, so it's not going to be aptly timed for a drop or anything of that nature. But, well, you know, I would expect DTs to get a fair amount of vision in here. But Jakji's actually going to get the full wall off.
Yeah. So all they're going to be able to do is swing at the front. And there is a good possibility that he'll get up there, he'll see this, and then before the shimmer actually happens, or is actually revealed to Jakshi, he'll be able to move back. Let's see how good Jakshi's vision is. He's got plenty of energy for a scan right now. Works his way up to the front, sees the missile turret, and there's the scan. DTs don't die, but he knows they're there, and that's all he needed to do.
That was beautiful out of Jakji. Dark Templar will be falling all the way back now. GGNDL going to take a third base. But we are approaching the time where Jakji's getting ready to strike.
He just took a big bet there. I mean, DTs are 125 apiece. That's 750 resources plus 350 that was put into a Dark Shrine and a Twilight Council on top of that, which is doing nothing. You're talking about 1,300 resources that have essentially been lost for no gain so far. Now, yes, DTs are going to have late game, you know, uses, composition, stuff like that. He can still do Charge Light Archon off of the Dark Shrine and use the DTs as his path to get to those Archons, even though they're a little bit less efficient because they require so many more minerals. But it's still going to be a very weird situation for him because Jakji actually gains himself a bit of a lead just by picking up on that.
And, I mean, GGNDL opted to take this very fast third here. We've still got Jakji on 2 bases, folks, throwing down another 2 barracks before he even opts for that third command center. He's going for a really big attack, and I'm wondering, is GGNDL going to be able to hold this?
I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
Like I said, this is Jakji. This is the very essence of Jakji. This is what he does. He goes out and he kills things. And looks like off to the side, looks like the DT is actually taking... Is it going to get picked off, I should say, by a scan? That's really the only thing that... that Jakji's going to have to worry about. There's not enough sentries here to present that much of a problem. He's going to be able to kill this Nexus. The question is, you know, can GGNDL warp in enough stuff in time?
Yeah, he's going to need a lot of units and a lot of ways to hold this. He will, of course, be able to force out scans, which could, you know, if he gets 1 DT at a time in there, could be very helpful. Unit's going to be stemming forward. Dark Templar is revealed. Will he throw down the scan to pick it off? No, he's going to opt to go straight for the worker line.
Yeah, well, let's take a look here. I just want to grab the energy real quick of his orbital commands. He doesn't have enough for another scan, so the DT is actually going to force him off of that position. At the same time, Jakji wants to posture around and do damage off to the side, which indeed he will do. This is Jakji's game plan. It's attack, it's do damage, and really just let nothing get in your way.
Going to be lifting up again with these, and while he's going to be able to drop after he does, of course, drop the scan, clean up the Dark Templar, now be able to run in the third. If he can pick off the third, it's going to be a huge thing for Jakji because probes is not enough right now. With these 3 Nexi, GGNDL will be able to catch up in the worker count even if he loses some. So he needs to take out this third base.
And there's the DT, picked up on, though, very quickly. They are very squishy, despite their high DPS. Looks like he tried to drop in towards the left-hand side again, wasn't able to get it, but he occupies enough of the army that he will be able to take out this Nexus. Bye-bye. Beautiful
move for Jakji. He's going to be able to take that out, and with it, now his worker lead will matter for something. Meanwhile, dropping back into the main, potentially no. That is just a factory. In fact, where did those medevacs go?
I think they actually rejoined the forces in the middle, yeah.
All right, now that Dark Shrine has yet to have been found by Jakji, so he's got to be at least a little bit curious here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to pose that much more of a threat. I mean, it's a thing now. If it gets picked up on, it sucks for GGNDL because then he closes off his only Tier 3 tech option that he's got in front of him right now. But I mean, the major concern is that he's on 2 bases. Jakji doesn't really care. He usually operates with lower worker counts. He can take this third kind of at his leisure, put a missile turret in a bunker there, and he's going to be safe against DTs.
Marines, Marauders, Medevacs moving forward right now. Jakji We'll see what kind of damage he's going to be able to get done. Force fields, they are available, but not being dropped by this Sentry. That Sentry is going to be picked off. It only gets one force field down, and suddenly Jockey looking like he might just tear through GG Andal right here, right now, GG.
That's it. That's what he does. That is textbook Jockey play, and NSHO ties things up now between NSHO and Dream Team Gaming. Very nice job by Jockey in that last game.
Yeah, I mean, it was phenomenal getting out there against that DT tech and realizing, hey, you went Dark Templar, you did no damage. I can just actually throw 2 barracks and probably win.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it amounts to. So there we go, guys. That's game number 4 in the bag. We're all tied up again. We're going to go to a commercial break, and when we get back, guys, it'll be time for the tie-breaking game number 5.